Okay, good afternoon, evening, whatever it is that you're doing. And my name is James, and we're going to just take a moment to go over how to cut some stuff out using a free program called GIMP. GIMP is a alternative, let's say, to Photoshop. It's free, and I really like it because it's free. Photoshop's much more powerful, and a lot of the work that was done for this project was done in Photoshop by my friend Miles Rodaniak. But I'm going to use GIMP for some basic image extraction, image cutouts. So we're going to build this scene here. These are the assets that Miles got for us for this scene. But I'm going to do that in a different video. For this video, I'm just going to talk about cutting out a image. Okay, so what Miles has done for us is he has gotten this text that is part of the scene, and I want to break this up into smaller pieces. Okay, so what I'm doing here you can use for any sort of, if you're trying to cut images out of a picture. It's not going to work if you need the background. Miles, for instance, he cut out on this picture, he cut out the picture of Echo and the lady that she's speaking with, and then he used his expertise and the tools to fill in the backgrounds. So this is only if you need to cut something out and use that actual image itself. So anyways, I've got GIMP installed. GIMP stands for GNU Image Manipulation Program. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my picture and I'm going to drag it into GIMP. You could just also load it as well. So we've got our image here, and what I want to do is I want to cut this up into slightly smaller pieces. Okay, GIMP is quite a complicated program. There's lots of stuff that you can do with it, and I am by no means an expert, but I'm reasonably confident that I can get it figured out for this. So I'm going to cut this up into 4 different pieces. I want this piece here. I want this whole piece here. I want this piece here, and I want this piece here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is in the top left, and it's hard to see, but in the top left, I've got the little lasso tool. It looks like a little cowboy's lasso, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to select it. Now the lasso is just a way for you to outline a section. There are ways to smart outline, and maybe in a moment I'll try some of those myself, or maybe I'll make them in a different video. But for now, I'm just going to cut this out. So this is a fairly easy cutout because I don't care if I get the background. This black and white or gray and white checker is just, that doesn't exist. It's like it's the transparent part of the image, and you can see that, like, if we open it up, right, that background isn't there, it's just black. So that checker is just like a way of saying, like, this is going to be transparent background. So I want to cut out this piece here, and the one place where I'm going to be careful is I do want to technically cut this out. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start here in the top left corner, and I'm not being very careful about what I'm cutting out. I'm just cutting around, and this is pretty sloppy. Like, what Miles is doing with his stuff is much more expert, but I'm just going to try to cut this speech bubble out so it kind of comes to a point, so that when we eventually attach it to Echo, it'll look like she's saying it. I can go outside this this thing, and I'm just going to cross it back over, and I'm going to let it go. Oh, and of course it didn't take. All right, I'll try that again. I'm just going to go a lot faster this time. What you need to do that I didn't realize is you got to get to the edge, and when that little yellow, it's hard to see, but there's a little yellow dot, and then I'm going to let go. Okay, and it might be kind of hard to see on the screen there, but there is this sort of wavy line around it. So I'm going to go Control X, which is cut, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm not just going to go Control V, I'm going to go Paste as new image, because we want to basically this to be a brand new image. So I'm going to go paste as new image, and up at the top here we've got our different layers or different images that we're working with. So here, if I go back to the old one, oh look, that piece has been cut out. So now I've got this image here, and I'm going to export it as a new image. So I'm going to go File. If I wanted to save it as a project file, I could. I don't really need to. I'm going to go Export As, and then I'm going to go. I got to find the folder that I was working in. Here we go. So I'm going to call this, and up at the top it says, very hard to see, but it says untitled. I'm going to go text 1, just because I want to keep it in the order that I want to remember the order that I'm going to put these in. So I'm going to call this text 1. And this thing comes up. I never mess with any of this stuff. It should work just fine. I'm going to click export. And then if I go back to my folder, I'm lucky. Nice. Here we go. So text 1. So I've now exported this text bubble as an individual bubble, which is awesome. Cool. Awesome. So I'm going to do that for the rest of them. I'm not gonna show myself doing it because it's a pretty quick process that I'm going to do with each of them. But I'm going to cut out those 4 pieces, and then so that's how you do basic cutout. So that's really only if you have the unique situation I'm in right now where the background is transparent. If you want to cut out a piece, cut out an image, and get very close to it, so that you so that you can not have the background, you have to be very careful, or you could use a tool that GIMP has. But that'll be a different video.